Handpicked music, Hometown Radio, 92.1 The Palm. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, a face in the crowd. 7 minutes after 9 o'clock, got Pearl Jam on the way. Birds of Tokyo coming up in just a couple of minutes as well. Got a guest in the studio, and as always, guests get to introduce themselves. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, tell everybody who you are and where you're from.
My name is Wesley Fulmer. I'm executive chef at a motor supply company, the new executive chef, that is. I am originally from Prosperity, South Carolina, near Billy Drew Allen. I like to say Chapin and Prosperity because I live really close to, really closer to Chapin than I do Prosperity. But yeah, I spent the last 4 years in Charleston, and I'm glad to be back here in the Midlands.
Now, when you originally left Chapin Prosperity, you went to Charleston University. Sorry, I got your college all messed up there. Where'd you go to college?
College of Charleston.
College of Charleston. There we go. I was like stumbling all over it. But from there, then you traveled around and worked with some James Beard Award winners and did culinary school and all that. What got you interested in food originally?
I've always been interested in food. I was always a hungry little boy. So as my mom would always say, but I grew up around food my whole life. And remember coming home on the school bus, and my grandma wanted to fix me fresh fried potatoes. It was one of my first memories as a kid, and very grateful for it. And it just started steamrolling from there.
Now, as you got out of college and went into culinary school, what's influenced you as you've become a chef? What flavors? What part of the world? I mean, some people are really very Southern in their take. What's really influenced you?
Well, it's a lot of times with chefs, that is, or with cooks, and for that matter, it's a journey. It's a journey through a lifetime. Mm-hmm. It's what experiences you had during life and stuff. As far as I always be Southern mm-hmm. In my roots and everything. Going to Charleston, got a unique feel for the Low Country cuisine down there and stuff, and then after being in Philadelphia, New Orleans, and Boulder, Colorado, just all kind of mixed together. And so I think you can kind of see it when I cook and everything, especially when if I'm ever cooking alone or anything and doesn't have any pressure and not cooking for profit and everything. It's
well, you brought a tray here. We're going to discuss that in just a couple of minutes and what that program's all about, but stick around. We've got more on Harvest Week coming up at Motor Supply and a bunch of other stuff, so hang out with us. This is Birds of Tokyo, Lanterns, Handpicked Music, Hometown Radio, 92.1 The Palm. Handpicked Music, Hometown Radio, 92.1 at The Palm, Pearl Jam, Jeremy, 19 minutes after 9 o'clock. You're in with Doc. We're in with Chef Wesley Fulmer from Motor Supply Company Bistro. Always different, always delicious. And speaking of different and delicious, you have laid out a cutting board with some beautiful-looking food on it. Tell me about this.
This is our standard charcuterie plate, our salumi plate, if you will. It's pretty much a classic at Motor Supply that Chef Peters set up for me. Thank you, Tim. Uh-huh. So I didn't have to do too much to get it going. But what I did, I kind of rearranged it into my style and everything. And I'm more of a, as they call it in Italy, a salumi person.
Okay. What does salumi mean?
Salumi is just a way to preserve meat. It's very ancient. It's basically salt cure.
Okay.
It has to do with let's say pancetta is a salumi. Okay. Prosciutto is a salumi. Speck, spalla. It comes to pretty much you can dry and cure anything as long as it once had blood in it.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
And we I mixed it with, we have a standard of pate that we always, country style pate mm-hmm. that want to give a shout out to to one of my prep cooks and great line cooks, Walker Collins. He does a pate and does it really well. And we wrap it in bacon and cook it for about 12 hours. Okay. Very, very low temp. And then we also have some of the three things that I brought on board, which is air dried. We got lonza, mm-hmm. which is basically salt cured and dried pork loin.
Oh, okay. So I was fixing to say it looks a little like a sliced tenderloin. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. And this is and I always use heritage meats for these because you start reading up on it, and everybody always talks about the cuts.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, part of my job's already done for me before the animal even gets to me. I make sure I get the pasture raised stuff and the great marbling that we have. And over here we have the thing that looks like bacon. That's a salted and air dried smoked pancetta. Now, I know that's kind of an anomaly and everything, but pancetta, the difference between pancetta and bacon is one's air dried, salt cured, air dried, and one's smoked.
Okay, gotcha.
Cured and smoked. Well, this one's cured, air dried, and then smoked. Just want to lay a little take on it.
Okay.
You can taste smokiness in it. Lastly, for the meats, I call it a quick country ham. Basically, I took the country ham, cut in half, cut down on the drying time because I was running out of meats.
Okay.
And so I needed it to dry really quickly, and pretty much in about 2.5, 3 months, it was ready to roll.
Okay. Now you guys do all this in the restaurant. This whole program takes place in the restaurant.
Yes, we do.
Okay. You guys got to get in raw product, and you basically make your own out of this, which is kind of phenomenal since I know your kitchen is actually smaller than the studio, I think.
No, it's a big place. It's it's however big you make it. You know what I mean? So no, it's it takes some adaptation, but this proves to show with putting everybody's head together, we can accomplish great things with with the least amount of stuff. So
and now this gets capped off. I see pickles on the end down there.
Mm-hmm. House-made pickles,
and then the mustard and what's the red thing there?
Okay. Well, first of all, the mustard is house made as well.
Okay.
My sous chef Nate Park, he makes that and does a great job at it.
Mm-hmm.
And the tomato jam's one of my recipes that I brought up. And basically it's just fresh tomatoes and cooked down in sugar, some thyme, onion, and a little bit of vinegar.
This is an appetizer at the restaurant? Or?
It is.
Okay.
You can. It pretty much stays the same. It stays on the menu. It's one of the only constants on our menu. That and a cheese plate.
Mm-hmm.
And we every day we try to switch it up a little bit with meats and everything. If you see something on the same on the same 2 days, you see the same thing. Well, that just means that we're just waiting to cure some more stuff. So
sounds good. All right, we're going to talk more about this. Harvest Week is coming up. That means farmers and special events and all that. So we'll talk more about that in just a couple minutes. We'll do that next. Handpicked music, Hometown Radio, 92.1 The Palm, Pink Floyd on the Turning Away. It's 19 minutes before the top of the hour. Got Beck, Ray LaMontagne, Supertramp coming up in a couple of minutes as well. Coming up tomorrow, make sure you join us as the folks from Whole Food Meredith will be in here. We'll talk about some of the special things they've got going this month, including some of those, I like to call them cheap date nights, where you can go out there and sample 5 wines for like $5, and the $5 goes to a charity, and you can feel good about yourself and, walk around the store and have a little sips, so they
feel bad in the morning.
Yeah, there you go. In the studio with Chef Wesley Fulmer from Motor Supply, talking a little bit about, now we're moving on to Harvest Week, though I've been sitting here sampling this great appetizer. So if I spit on the mic, I'm really sorry. Beautiful food, though. Let's talk Harvest Week. Now, as you approach a week like this, you're going to be having farmers in on Tuesday for a special little cocktail soiree sort of thing. How do you approach the menu for this? Do you change up what you normally do, or is it just kind of business as usual, or do you pull up? So do you go through the deep file and find something fun? How do you approach it?
Well, you want to pay homage to everything that's coming in because it's so great, and it gives you a unique opportunity to showcase not only what we can do as a kitchen, but also the stuff that's out there for us around the Midlands. One thing that when I moved back up here to Columbia, I I was thrilled about was seeing all the local farms. In Charleston, you just advertise. You got Guatemala Island with all Ambrose Farms and Thackeray Farms and stuff like that. But Columbia really wasn't known for that. And come up here and you got tons of resources, and it's great. It's almost like I always put them in my phone as favorites, and my favorite thing is like. Now it's almost like going through my contacts. Got to search through my favorites just to find if I want something, want a number or anything.
How do you put them in your speed dial like corn?
Yeah.
Call this number.
But we will kind of separate a little bit, make sure people know that this is coming. This is part of Harvest Week and stuff like that, and everything. We'll have our regular menu as well, but we definitely want to highlight and give homage to the hardworking private farms out there, because they mean so much to us, what we do at Motor Supply.
Now, you guys support, I think we counted before the break, like 9 local farms that supply everything that comes to the tables at Motor Supply. Right.
Yes, we do. We and I can go ahead and name them off right now for you. We got Carolina Heritage Farm, which is Gray from Florence, near Florence, South Carolina. He raises all pasture-raised pigs and everything. Just got on board with him a few weeks ago, but wow, what great tasting pork he has. We have City Roots, of course. I'm getting some ducks from Doco Farms, and hopefully get some pardon the graphic of this, but pig head to make heads cheese, and stuff like that.
Cool.
Got Paul from Freshly Grown Farms, a hydroponic farm that makes beautiful, great tasting lettuces. Got a new one to Motor Supply. He's not new to me, but it's Lever Strawberry Farm, which was great. I grew up right next to Lynette Fulmer and everything. This is great. We got Trail Ridge Farms, goat cheese. A new one also is Westridge Farms from Newberry County, from Little Mountain, South Carolina. They raise grass-fed beef. Great beef. We got, of course, Keith from Wilmore Farms. We get all his eggs. He raises pigs, and also he's going to bring us some chickens this way. And a small farmer out in Blythewood and Ridgeway. Both spots is Hannah Hand Farms, and everything. Raises great rabbits. Rabbits I did the Indy Grits showcase with and everything. Byron Hannah is his name.
There you go. So. Great selection. You know what? The thing I love about this, I told you earlier, is what, you're a small business, but farms are small businesses too, and you're supporting other small businesses and actually getting us out of monoculture agriculture, because you're asking for lots of different foods, and as these farmers supply them, they're more successful, you're more successful, and the food scene grows. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And me and Gray from Carolina Heritage talk about this a lot. There's a reason why pigs need to be pasture raised. Not raised on concrete or anything like that. It helps out with runoff and stuff like that. That's a real problem with the big guys. And
factory farms.
I didn't want to name any of them. I could, believe me, call me personally, I'll tell you them. But I didn't want to name any of them. But anyway, yeah.
Well, cool. We're going to talk more with Chef Fulmer here in just a couple minutes. Stick around. Got Beck on the way next. Handpicked music, Hometown Radio, 92.1, The Palm, Ray LaMontagne, Supernova, 3 minutes before the top of the hour. You're in with Doc. And I'm in here with the chef, the brand new chef. Well, not brand new. You've been in 6 weeks, 2 months?
About almost, was it 3 months?
3 months already?
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Chef Wesley Fulmer in from Motor Supply, and we're talking about, him and his food, and I've been sitting there sampling this great food. But we're also talking about their Harvest Week, and it kicks off on Tuesday. With Meet the Farmer and the Chef. Apparently, you're part of that happy hour. It's happening Tuesday.
I'll be there.
Tuesday, June 10th, 5:30 until 7. Community. I mean, this is open to the public. People are invited to come out and meet your local farmers. Meet obviously you, and have a beverage and kind of walk around and see some of the cool things that these guys are bringing to the table.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's our chance to kind of give back to these hardworking farmers who, it's hard work to do a farm and to do it right, pretty much. You know what I mean? You got so many obstacles to climb over, especially when you're doing it the way these guys are doing it. A lot of love and care goes into it, and it's our way of saying, hey, thanks. Thanks for finally doing things right. Not for them finally doing things right, but for us as a society finally, there's a better way, and they realize it, and they're going for it, and we really appreciate it. So. And
as those farmers, we talked about this during the break, but as those farmers grow, you grow, and the food scene grows, which is good for everybody because that means great food for all.
Absolutely. I like to when we all get together as chefs, we do. We're not enemies, definitely. And one of my big, key points I like to talk to people about is, I want to promote the restaurant I'm at, definitely promote Motor Supply and everything. But at the same time, let's promote the scene because here in Columbia, we have an amazing culinary scene that hadn't even reached the beginning stages. I feel, but we're about to all of us together. We're about to, as people as this coin now, pop off. So
yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those things you can feel it stirring in the undercurrent. You see new restaurants opening, you see experimental food coming in, you see some things that really get you excited about the food scene here in Columbia. Harvest Week is June 10th through the 15th at Motor Supply. You should probably make some reservations because this is probably a hot week for you guys.
Yes, exactly. Especially Tuesday, because you get to come in, meet the people. I think it's everybody wants to know where their food comes from. Mm-hmm. Well, come in on Tuesday and you can talk to the people who had hands-on experience with it and provided the food for you. So I think that's really neat, and everybody has a story to tell, and believe me, these guys, I talk with them a lot, and I try to talk with them. I want to talk with them more and more. They probably get tired of me, but I like what's going on with them. So
you come into Motor Supply, you eat there, you're actually supporting 10 small, smart local businesses that are doing great work. So get over there and taste it out during Harvest Week or any week.
Right.
And check the great food. I appreciate you coming in this morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. This was definitely a pleasure.
Thank you. We'll go Jamestown Revival, California, next.